Good. How are you?
Uh-oh. Where'd she go? I think she disappeared. Ah, there she is.
Yep, it'll flip back.
I think I minimized you accidentally.
Yeah, as you guys speak, the
Yeah.
camera kind of kicks back and forth naturally. If that gets obnoxious, you can actually click and have it hold on somebody's face, and it'll keep them up like that.
Okay.
So, but I'll get out of the way, and
Can I be obnoxious?
Sure, I'm going to get out of the way and hand this off to this little scout leader here and let you guys talk.
Okay.
Well, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So what can I do for you?
I have some questions for you about being a Boy Scout, because I heard that you're a Boy Scout. And about your business and being a policeman.
Okay.
Well, like, my mom wants me to tell you first what I'm doing. It's like, and I want to talk about businesses because we're doing this reading celebration at Ebenezer because last year we made a book nook for them. So we're doing like a party for them, and we're using some of the money on that because we're gonna start reading to the kids and stuff and do games and stuff because we want them to like learn that like what's in there and that they can read in there because some of them don't want to read them because they think it's too kiddish or something. So that's one reason we want to show them what books there's in there. And then like my mom told me that we're gonna give you 4 boxes free.
Very nice.
And what cookies do you like?
Okay. Since I order lemonade from everybody, the lemon cookies are really good.
Okay. 4 boxes.
You don't like lemon?
So, question number 1 is, what was your favorite badge you earned as a Boy Scout and why?
Probably something that stuck with me all these years, and that's citizenship in the community.
That's cool.
Yeah. That would be the one.
What was it like? Like what?
What was what like?
How did you have to do it?
You're breaking up in and out. I can hear you sometimes, so say that again.
What was it like? How did you have to do the badge?
What did I have to do to get the merit badge? And so you had to learn about your community. So you had to learn about everything civic. You have to learn about the city. You have to learn about the county, and you have to learn about the state, where you live, how county government works, how city government works. You had to know who your elected officials were. You had to know the alderman. You had to know who the mayor was, things like that.
Oh, that's really cool. Question number 2. What is it like to be a leader in the police station?
Say that again. What's it like to be
a leader in the police station?
Ooh, it's hard. It's hard work. It's something you have to remember that you're in a position to lead people, and that you're in a position where you can have somebody do something, and it's dangerous. And so you may have somebody do something that's dangerous, and they may get injured or worse. And so it's important to remember that you've thought things through, and that you've come up with every idea that you could possibly come up with in order to make sure everything is safe and done right. But probably one of the most important things is to make sure that other people have input, and that you listen to what other people say and when they have good ideas. And so putting all that together, you're able to make decisions that affect thousands of people at one time, and that you're still able to do it and make sure people stay safe.
Yeah, that's great. Tell of a time you've on something as a leader, and that was kind of hard to go through.
sometime when I failed at something? Something I failed at. Probably making sure the small things were taken care of. Making sure, I remember one time, there was a time when I had to make sure payroll got paid. And so every Sunday night, every 2 weeks, you would have to sit down and input and okay payroll for 70 people. Like 70 people. So you have to sit there and think, okay. And so I did like what's called the afternoon shift. And I did the early power shift, which started at 11 o'clock in the morning. And then I did what's called a late power shift. That was from 7 p.m. till 3 in the morning. And I had officers on all 3 of those shifts, and I had to make sure them, plus all the civilian workers, I had to make sure they got paid every 2 weeks. And one day I forgot, and I didn't do it. And so I had to go back to work, like on a day when I wasn't working, late, and sit there and press the button all those times. And so it just helped me remember that sometimes you really mess up and you really do things wrong. But I also understand that if you know, there's an old saying that if you break it, you fix it. And so that's what I had to do. I had to go in and fix it, and it worked out well.
Oh, that's great. I don't have anything to really relate to that because I feel like I forgot my homework and that wasn't good, but that's all I failed at really, something sort of like that. And number 4, how did you get people to accept your ideas?
How do I get people to accept my ideas? By being open-minded, but also being open-minded to other people's ideas as well. I try to convince them and help them understand that I looked at it from both sides. That I made sure that I went in and I tried to do as much research as possible and ask as many questions as possible so that I could understand what it is I was doing and how I was supposed to make a decision. So, and you can learn from that, you know, from all the things you're talking about, even from the merit badge for citizenship in the community. You learn by having good judgment. But one thing, there was a saying I wanted to share with you, and there was a woman named Rita Mae Brown who said, good judgment comes from experience, but experience comes from bad judgment. And so you make a lot of mistakes, and that's how you learn through experience how to make good decisions. And so that's kind of how I learned. I made those mistakes like the payroll and stuff like that. And I learned, I better not do that again. And then from experience, I started making good judgments.
Cool. And then my final question for you is, what type of leader would your team say you are?
That is a good question. Talking about myself? What kind of leader would other people say that I am? I would say situational. I'm able to change my leadership style based on what's going on. So if it takes a soft approach, sometimes, even though some people think I'm not very soft, if it takes a soft approach to sit down one-on-one and talk to somebody in order to get them to do something, I can do it. But sometimes it takes a really hard-nosed, authoritarian, really like, you will do this, you have to do this. And I remember a time when there was some drama downtown, and it was about 20,000 people downtown. And, you know, of course, we didn't have enough police officers to handle it. But in leadership, sometimes you have to step up. And those officers responded admirably, not because of just me being a leader, but because of all the other leaders that were there. And so sometimes, and I guess to answer your question, it's situational leadership, but it's also what's called shared leadership. Because sometimes you can't do it by yourself, and you gotta share the spotlight, share the work, but then also share the rewards with other people.
That's great. Well, thank you for calling me and taking some time to talk to me.
Okay.
And I don't know how to turn it off, but
Well, we'll just keep talking until she comes back. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question? Okay. So what grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
Okay. What do you think being a Girl Scout is going to do for you in your life?
I think it's going to take me far because I feel like it's teaching me about business and like a lot of good things that you need to learn at a very young age, but like some people don't learn at a very young age. So I think then the people that learn that quicker as at a younger age, I think like when you're older, you remember those things because when you're younger, you kind of keep things in your head. So yeah, that's what I think it's gonna take me far. And I
So what do you think you're going to be when you get older?
want to be an actress, but I'm not sure if I will be one.
Why not?
I don't know. I just like I don't know because we don't live in a big city for one, like not like California or something
Right.
like that. But I mean, if I couldn't be an actress, I'd like to be like a lawyer or a something like that like goes around the world and helps people. Like
You know, you could probably be a lawyer for actresses. You could do that. I think that'd be great. But you say you're going to go around the world and help people. Okay.
Watson.
Well, that's great. I think that's very admirable. I worked in radio and TV for a long time.
Cool.
And so I think that'd be great for you to at least try it and see if you like it and see if that's something you want to do.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
You?
That's great. Will you have any more questions of me?
No, I actually am good. We will give you those lemon cookies.
Dr. Harris, thank
Yep.
you.
You're welcome.
So these-
You're welcome. I had a great time.
And last year she raised, as part of her sale, 100 cookie share boxes for first responders. And this year she set a goal of 200 for first responders. And so she's within 30 boxes.
So do I get a box? So do I get a box?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Okay. But I have to meet you somewhere so you can give me the box.
That's right. We can do that.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you later. Take care. Have a good night. All right. Bye-bye.